I remember wondering if I was hypnotizable before I took my certification class, and I think that's pretty common for everybody, to wonder if they can be hypnotized. It's almost like we have this belief that the ability to be hypnotized is relegated to a certain group of the population. But the fact is that pretty much everybody can be hypnotized. And once you understand what it means to be hypnotized or what hypnosis is, then I think that makes a lot more sense. So to be in a state of hypnosis is really nothing more than to be in a deep state of relaxation where we've been able to slow down your brain waves and get you into what we call the theta state. And it's in that state that your subconscious mind is available for suggestion. So that is the state of hypnosis. Now, in order to get into that state, you need to, number one, be willing to let that process happen. And I think willingness is the number one prerequisite to make this work for you. So you have to be willing to let it happen. You have to be able to listen and follow instructions. So when I get people that come in that are skeptical, I am totally okay with that. I actually like working with people that are skeptical because in my mind, if somebody is skeptical about hypnosis, what they're saying is, this is kind of strange stuff. I'm not really sure how it works. I'm not really sure if it's going to work for me, but I'm willing to give it a shot and see what happens. So that's a skeptic. A cynic is somebody who's already made up their mind that it's not going to work. And with that decision in mind, you can bet that it's not going to work for them because they're going to be resisting the process. So the answer to this is practically everybody can be hypnotized. So the people that could not be hypnotized would be people that are heavily under the influence of drugs or alcohol, people that are mentally impaired to the point where they are unable to really comprehend what I'm saying so that they can follow instructions, okay? Or just people that are just flat out not willing to let the process happen. So other than that, pretty much everybody can be hypnotized. Now, when we think about this hypnotizability scale, I want you to think of a bell curve. If you're familiar with a bell curve, right? It's a bell curve. And most of us lie somewhere in the middle of this bell curve of people that can be hypnotized. Now, there are some people on this far end that are more difficult to hypnotize, but that doesn't mean they can't be hypnotized. It just means it's going to take longer, and I might want to use a different strategy with those people. And then we have people over here on this side of the bell curve that are very easily hypnotized. And we know that within any given population, about 10% of that group will be very, very easy to hypnotize. So if you ever go to a stage show for hypnosis at the fair or something like that, the hypnotist is going to be looking for that 10%, that cream of the crop, people that are very, very visual, very highly suggestible, and very receptive to hypnosis. So I hope that answered that question for you, the question of, can anyone be hypnotized? The answer to that is yes, pretty much everybody can.